Okay, so ready to dive in?
Always ready.
All right, excellent. So we're looking at this Bursey family saga thing, right?
Yeah, right.
And, this isn't just your, typical crime family drama, right?
No, not at all.
We've got excerpts from this text describing this whole world, right? And it's got this whole other layer of, supernatural stuff.
Yeah, like inherited powers and all these ancient secrets.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start with the family, right?
Okay, sounds good.
We've got Trey, Drew, Nazy, and Arden. That's the core family, I guess you could say.
The main players.
Yeah, the main players, right. And each one of them has, they each have these unique abilities.
It's like imagine a superpower gene, but it's passed down through generations.
Along with a whole lot of wealth, apparently. Right. So, on top of being, super strong or whatever, you also inherit, a fortune.
Talk about a good inheritance, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
But the interesting thing is how these powers are, they seem to be connected to these amulets they each have.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, right? Are the amulets, the source of the power? Or are they just, channeling it somehow?
Right. Are they batteries or antennas?
That's a good way to put it. Batteries or antennas.
And what would happen if someone outside the family got a hold of one of them?
Right. Would they suddenly get super strength or whatever?
It's a good question, and unfortunately, based on the text, we don't really get a definitive answer.
Yeah, bummer.
But even with these supernatural abilities, they aren't invincible.
Oh, absolutely not. They've got some serious enemies to deal with. For instance, you've got the McLeans.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other layer of this story, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got the family drama, you've got the supernatural powers, and then on top of all that, you've got these rivalries.
And with the McLeans, it sounds like it goes way deeper than just, a typical turf war.
Yeah, it seems like there's some serious bad blood between these two families. Generations of it, maybe?
And then there's, let me see. Oh, yeah, then there's this mysterious figure, Dom Mitchell.
Ah, Dom Mitchell. He's a bit of a wild card, isn't he?
Totally. We don't really know a whole lot about him, but it seems like he's got this personal vendetta against the Burseys.
Yeah, unlike the McLeans, who seem to be motivated by, traditional rivalries and power struggles, Dom's motivations are more ambiguous.
Yeah, almost like he's driven by revenge or something, right?
Right. He could represent a force completely outside their established world, someone who doesn't play by the same rules.
And that makes him even more dangerous.
Exactly. You never know what to expect from someone like that.
So we've got these different threats, right? We've got the McLeans, we've got Dom Mitchell, and it feels like the attacks, they just keep escalating.
Yeah, no one feels safe. It's like a pressure cooker just waiting to explode.
Yeah, exactly. But then, just when things are looking really bad for the Burseys, this figure from their past shows up. Hassan Big Hoss.
Big Hoss. Now, he's an interesting character. So he's a cousin, right? And from what we've read, he's supposed to be even more powerful than the rest of the family combined.
Right. Which makes you wonder, why did he leave in the first place? And what role is he going to play in all of this now that he's back?
Yeah, his return totally changes the game, doesn't it?
For sure. It really highlights the importance of family legacy in this whole story.
Yeah.
And the idea that there's even greater power hidden within their bloodline.
Which brings us back to those amulets.
Right. It's almost like they connect the Burseys to their ancestors, to this whole history of, a hidden world of power or something.
Yeah. So if they can figure out how to, unlock the full potential of these amulets, maybe they can survive all of this.
It's a race against time, though, isn't it? They have these rivals closing in, this vengeful enemy lurking in the shadows, and this untapped power they need to learn how to control.
It's a lot.
It makes you think about the burden of legacy, Imagine being born into a family with this kind of history, these expectations. It wouldn't be easy.
Definitely not. So, okay, we got the Bursey family, right? They're fighting for survival against all these different forces. But it's more than just, staying alive. It's about protecting their legacy.
Their control over the Michigan underworld, their family's history, their bloodline.
Exactly. So it all comes down to this. Can they come together as a family to face these threats?
Will their internal bonds be strong enough to withstand the pressure?
Yeah. Can they put aside their differences, their personal struggles, and unite against their enemies?
It's a compelling question, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, we've taken a pretty deep dive into this world of the Burseys, a family caught in a web of power, rivalry, and ancient secrets. And it leaves us with a lot to think about.
It really makes you question the nature of power, doesn't it? Especially when it's inherited. Like, what would you do if you were in their shoes?
Yeah, what lengths would you go to protect your own family legacy?
What sacrifices would you make?
What secrets would you be willing to unearth?
It's a lot to ponder.
For sure. And I have a feeling we've only just scratched the surface of this story. Who knows what other secrets the Bursey bloodline holds?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Exactly.